Today we talk about storytelling and teaching, and how the story, because humans are built as story listeners. That's why we love novels. That's why we love movies and theater, because we learn a lot through storytelling. So we need to input our storytelling inside our teaching, and that's what the episode of today is gonna be about.
This is Success, Yes or Yes. All about succeeding in life, career, and anything in between.
And we're connecting once again with Maria Brenica all the way from Japan. Hello, Maria. How are you?
Hi, hello, Kuya. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And yes, and we're going live for today. Thank you so much, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you are, here we are again. And I'm with Kuya Manzano, and he is from the Philippines, and I am here in Japan, and we're doing this regularly every week. So thank you so much for watching and following us on YouTube and on our Facebook page. All right, so yes, Kuya, let's jump on to our topic for tonight, and it's all about telling a story. You know, guys, how is it so important? Your stories, right? We all have stories, so why not share to everyone and let everybody knows?
Yeah, so
What
this
about
is
you?
our takeaways from the course we're doing together, Knowledge Business Blueprint. So the advantage is we're processing it, we're learning it, and we're teaching it back. Therefore, learning it 2 times, and giving our 2 cents on the way. And we expect and we hope from you to give us some feedback of what are your takeaways. And we suggest that you get some notebook, some pencil and notebook, and do the exercises, because this is a practical and action-taking, very actionable podcast, all right? So we just want to build up your success. So in storytelling, I'll go through notes I have, and let's go. No? So, pero one of the notes, side notes I take also from Dean Graziosi is that he's measuring what works constantly, like obsessively. The people in marketing, they're testing things and seeing what works, what doesn't work, what video works, what video doesn't work, what story works, and which doesn't work.
Exactly.
In the copy that they're writing. And then they do more of whatever worked, and they do less of whatever didn't work. Yeah, and that's one of the formulas of success for Dean Graziosi, particularly, no? Yeah. So he's telling us to tell some interesting story, somewhat related with the lesson we're gonna learn after. Doesn't have to be exactly about the story, but somewhat related, and you get the interest of the person listening, or the auditory, or whoever. You can do a mastermind in live, no, a course live. You gotta get the people interested with a little story that's your particular story, how you struggled before, what lesson you learned before, and that's your introduction. Get your foot on the door, in the door.
Yes, but a lot of people are having in trouble on what kind of story that I'm gonna tell about, what kind of story what's my story. They don't know. Sometimes they're thinking about your private or things like that. No, think back your stories that were turning points in your life. That's one thing that we learn, like your epiphany moments, your takeaways. So what's your biggest takeaway? And see if you can think about 4 to 5 stories that relatable to your ideal clients. Or of course, we're doing business on all over the world, so it's not all about your private life, things like that. So the story that makes you turning points in your life, especially when you go into this journey or in this business, so we all have those journey and breakthroughs, the story that we had when we start this business. So when you realize your true and why, and that will start your stories, right, Kuya? So
your personal story will really that's what makes you. That's what makes you authentic, and that's what people are interested in your real story, because you're gonna put your heart when you talk about it. What's your turning point? So one of the first questions, homework, actionable steps that we learned in the course was, if you look back to the last 12 months of your life, what moved the needle the most? and why? What happened in the last 12 months of your life that really made an impact in your business, in your success, in your progress in your career or your life? So that's an exercise that you should be taking note right now.
Yes, guys.
And tell us about it, because this is part of building your story. Yeah. What's people want to know your success story.
Yes, guys, take a note, and write it down. Those, like what you've been experiencing in your stories.
Yeah. So you, Maria, I asked you what happened in the last 12 months that really made an impact in your business, in your life, in your career.
Yes, like what I've told you guys, I've started 2019 January 1, and this is almost a 1 year of my transition, because this really gave me a big impact that I really, decided to, have freedom for myself to, to do what I want because the story of mine before I start transitioning into this journey is like, I joined to a company, I don't say the name of that company, and they treated me like I'm a prison, right? You don't need to tell this, you don't need to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that, and do this, do that, things like that, just to make that company make a sale or things like that. And I don't think that since we're doing this course and we're taking some coaching, this kind of course like Tony Robbins and Inversioni and Kuya Manzano, since we're working on this and we are taking this course, we're hiring our mentor, we're investing our money. We don't want people to, to tell us that do this and do that, because we already know that it's not the right thing, that you have to do your business, especially if you want to do business for a long term, right? So they told me not to do this, not to do that, but if you want to stick to what you want to do, so just get out. Like what I've told you, I was kicked out, so I made my decision to myself that I'm gonna make a transition and start my new journey in this 2019 January 1st. And almost a year, it's almost 2019 is gonna be bye-bye, because it's gonna be 2020. And I think half or 6 months, half of my year, I still don't know what I want to do. You never see me promoting products or selling something, guys, when I'm going live or things like that. I'm just sharing to you and what we've learned and my experience and my story. All I do is just to tell you my story, how I do this, what I'm doing, things like that until now. Until the end.
So what was the thing? Was it starting? Are we talking about when you started doing videos live? Is that what really changed your outcome?
Yes, that's my transitioning. That is the one thing that I'm fear about, is that doing videos and going live. So I want to get out of that comfort zone, and that's the thing that I put my time and my effort to get rid of that comfort zone. And now I'm free of that, and I'm now I don't have any more problem of going live. So yeah, Kuya, you're right. Yeah, video is the first thing that I've focused on this year, that I make my transition of my journey. And
starting to do live podcasts and live videos changed the course of your career. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. And that's one thing I've learned is I've learned to build my confidence and my communication skills to people, because I don't want to hide at the back of my camera. I don't want to hide on a lot of social media, and just a lot of people they're just posting that they don't even know who they are, and they don't even see people who they are, and they don't even hear their voice, things they are like that. And that's why I want to get out of and show to
it's
the
people. It's also a personal transformation. That's what I can see. It's a possible new career path that you're investigating. You're testing the waters with it, and it's kind of shifting how you see, how you think. So I really can see there's a lot of change happening there.
Yes, and it's not an easy way, and it's not really a one-day thing like that. We remember, guys, it's almost a year. So this is my biggest takeaway. This is my aha moments that, oh my God, 2019 is gonna be bye, and then what I got is I feel so, my personal development, my mindset, I try to have a mental tough mindset on this. So yeah. So it really takes a time. Give a year for your time, for your business, for your journey. Give a year and be consistent so you can see a fast result of your development.
It's lagging.
Mm-hmm.
For some technicality, I'm gonna go off from the other device just to make the signal better. It got a little choppy for a moment, but yeah. I'll give you my big needle movers for the last 12 months. Yeah. For example, well, as you know, I have a coffee shop. So in the cafe, it was the event's promotion through paid social media advertising. That made a big difference. When I do paid social media advertising, I get events. When I don't, I get a few events. Yeah. So that really moves the needle a lot. And also finding the correct staff. Since I found through trial and error and firing people and hiring new people, we found this new, very hardworking staff with a smile and with dedication. And they're doing maintenance, they're doing everything. We get to save money and make their salary cost effective for the company, which is the most important thing. Yeah, especially with very small company, starting company like we have. That's in the cafe business. Yeah. And then, for example, as an actor, in the last 12 months, the big break was I went viral in YouTube, making 5 million views. So because of that, I'm getting every week maybe 400, 500 new followers. Because of that, new subscribers. We just passed 10,000 subscribers in my main YouTube channel, and that's because of that one viral video that it's a short film for students that they didn't even think about.
So how many video you made on YouTube, Kuya, before you got that viral, before you hit that millions of viewers and followers on YouTube?
455 before
455
that, yeah.
Guys, you see 455. I don't even make the 50 videos on YouTube, right? So it really takes a lot of time, guys. So if you want to make money, I know a lot of people want to make money on YouTube because they want to monetize or things like that. But you have to make hundreds or thousands of videos before you get monetized.
It's constant grind.
How long it takes you make that 400, Kuya? Is that takes a year or you just started this year?
No. 2011.
Wow, guys, 2011 or 2019. So it's all 8 years, to make 400 videos before you hit that
that new YouTube video channel. It's called My New Life in the Philippines. I started that YouTube when I moved to the Philippines in 2011. I wanted to document my process.
Yes.
So that's the result, and 8 years after I went viral. So okay, just relax.
Yes, guys, that's also the example of your story, right? You jump into the Philippines and then he start doing videos on YouTube till he hit the 425 or 400 plus of video recording that he upload on YouTube until he hit the number that he got, just blown up and, get a lot of followers until his channel get monetized. So we don't know. There's a number for all of us. We have different numbers. So it depends on your work ethic, on how much time and work you put on your whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's a sample of his story. So we have a lot of storytelling that you can share and people can relate, and if you do the same thing, you might get a good result also, right, Kuya?
Yeah, definitely. Hard work.
Yeah.
The other thing that moved the needle as an actor is I joined this company, the Philippine Stagers Foundation. And I'm doing a musical called Sindak 1941 around the Philippines. The thing is, this company has a strong followership since 18 years ago. So they are very popular among teenagers. And the teenagers are known for being very avid fans. Yeah, they're very they love the actors. They get excited. They start following in social media. So since I got into the play, and each time we perform, it's 1,000 plus teenagers that are watching. So for example, I'm performing tomorrow in SM North. We're going to have 4 shows. So around 5,000 students are going to watch us. Yeah? Us includes me. And since it includes me, after the show, they get a program with my social media and they start adding me. Yeah. So after every show, after every weekend, after day of performance, I get hundreds of new followers in my social media. Why? Because I took the risk to join this theater company. It's a mobile theater company. So we're moving and I'm doing effort and I wake up at 4 a.m. and I go all the way there to perform. Yeah. So well,
Yes.
that's adding to what you were saying a moment ago. It's effort, and that's and it ends up paying off, of course. Yeah, gotta be active. So well,
Yes.
that's the big change in the last 12 months as an actor. Yeah, and then as financial, I have also financial. I have big contributions in my income through Uber. Yeah, through
Uber, right, guys? Uber, right?
yeah, the Uber cars. I have some cars working. I have drivers working. They're bringing income. I also started teaching Spanish. Yeah, one-on-one and charging very much for it. Actually, I'm the most expensive Spanish teacher in the whole Philippines. But hey, it's like I think I'm worth the money because I'm original. Born and raised in Spain, and I'm very passionate.
Your native language is Spanish, so yeah.
So that's my competitive advantage also for my careers. I get to perform a lot in Spanish. So that's one of my uniquenesses that I exploit, of course. Yeah. And then the other thing that I did that made a big difference in my pocket was I fought a bank. Yeah. I hired lawyers and we sued the bank in Spain because some laws.
He sued the bank.
Yes.
They sued the bank in Spain. Oh my God.
I sued my own bank. Yeah. So because the laws changed. Yeah. For real estate, I'm updated with the latest laws in real estate because I'm a real estate investor back in Spain. So I learned that certain laws change and the interest that they were charging me was not the legal interest anymore. And the law says, and the judge said that it should be applied retroactively, yeah, through all the years that they've been charging me extra. I was very polite. I went to my bank and I said, "Can you give me back my money?" And they said no. I said, "Fine." And then I went to a lawyer and I made a deal with a lawyer. I said, "Okay, Mr. Lawyer, can you sue my bank and charge an amount of whatever we get out of fighting?" And they said yes. So I started fighting with the bank, and guess what? At the end, we won, and I got a lot of money.
Yes.
There. Well,
Of course, you have to spend that money on a nice, in a way that you want to waste it, because that's the money. Hard work for that.
When I got the money, as soon as I got the money, I invested in massage chairs in SM malls around the Philippines.
Yes, that's what I'm doing too. I'm
now-
working. Yeah, when you like me, sorry guys, working for full-time job, and once I get my paycheck, I invest a little, not all of that, because of course I have a lot of things to to pay for bills, things like that. I invest a little money for my business because guys, if you don't invest money, invest time in your business, you don't know where to go. Kasi kuya, there are a lot of people say, I don't have money, how can I do business? But you don't have money, but you are on a business, right? They don't have money that they have in a business. So I don't know how it goes if you are, don't invest your money and
You
time.
gotta invest. It's the only way. It's the only way. And me, I don't have moderation. Actually, I invest like there's no tomorrow. But that's what I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. Also, it's not for everyone, of course. I'm crazy. It's for big risk takers. But me, I'm always broke. Like Grant Cardone says, you gotta be always broke because you gotta be invested in the next thing.
Yes, exactly.
Aggressive.
Especially-
I'm very aggressive, when it comes to investments and stuff. But well, that's a lifestyle. I choose not to. Also because I have some debt that I want to get out fast, so I'm rushing. By the way, milestone, public. I'm 143 months to debt zero.
Wow,
Woohoo!
congrats.
That's another one. Yeah, another number down. So good. Yeah. All right. So the next one, biggest mistakes. Yeah, we said the biggest wins. So what are the biggest mistakes you have done in your life career in the last 12 months, so we know what we shouldn't be doing anymore and what we should be eliminating or delegating. You don't have to do it anymore because you're bad at it, and you let other person who's good at it do it. Okay, go. What are your 12 months, last month's biggest screw ups? There.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that I don't need to do it. It's just I'm prioritize my time, because sometimes you don't know that you're putting a lot of time doing that things that you need to put more on your things that you need to do, right? The thing that I messed up for my screwed up for my past year is joining in different different companies, spending money, investing money, and joining to different groups in social media, especially on Facebook. So I didn't say that those groups or those companies are bad, things like that. Some of them are good, but if you don't focus on one thing, and you don't minimize or your time, you prioritize your time. Time is very, very important, because a lot of people are having problem on time management, and I got a lot of problem with my time management because I'm still working on my full-time job. So I cut off some of my social media, engaging, things like that, or just chatting and posting, things like that. So I put some kind of a timeline, like for example 10 minutes is just 10 minutes. After that, I don't touch anymore, I don't chat anymore, I don't things like that, because I have a lot of things to do. Like I told you, I transitioned to my new business like this, so I really need more time. So yeah, joining to a lot of company, joining to a lot of group in social media, which is not really cannot help you to focus more on your learning skills that you need to learn more on your whatever business or whatever skills that you need to develop in your own business, your personality, your mindset. You really need time, and those time are wasted. And all the money that I put on some other company that I thought it's gonna help me, or I thought it's gonna make you an income, things like that, that's not really a big mistake that I've learned from my past years of this industry. So yeah, I hope you get
the time stealers. Yeah, the time stealers.
Yeah,
yes,
time
yes,
is
definitely. I super get it. That time management. That's the only that I think that's more valuable than gold. Our time. Yeah. So definitely, learning how to manage your own time is a big win. We get to do that. On my side, screw ups. Yeah, in the cafe, I really not measuring enough, not having control enough of the inventories, and procrastinating my online promos. Yeah, which really made the difference when I started doing it. So the procrastination, it's part of I put an excuse. I'm looking for an excuse as a ADHDer, but yeah, I'm also saying it here public, so I'll have less of an excuse. Yeah, because I say it here in public, so I get ashamed about it, and hopefully I stop doing that procrastination nation there. As an actor, I have some. I do know that I lost jobs because of my political views, and I post controversial stuff. And here I have a question mark, because I know it's not good if I want to move faster. And also learn reading from Napoleon Hill. He always said don't let people know what your political colors or religious views are, because you're gonna piss off a lot of clients out there. Yeah, but that is yes, and I get it. And if you want to be more successful, you don't talk about those things, so you don't piss off any of your clients, and you'll have more clients by being polite and neutral. And I consciously choose not to follow this rule, because I have an advocacy that's bigger than myself, and I have a mission in the world to wake up people from things that I really find that are wrong in the world, in our teachings, in our upbringings, in when it comes to religion and controversial topics. So because I feel that's my calling in life, I sacrifice a big chunk of my success as an actor, as a public figure, in exchange for awakening a few a handful of people that are connecting to my social media, and suddenly I awake someone, that's a big enough reward, and I feel like my mission is fulfilled by doing those things, even at a very high price of not getting many jobs out there, or not being able to endorse family, quote unquote, family value products or things like that. But I do it consciously, yeah. But that's one of the things that's definitely pulling me back in my social, in my showbiz career, yeah. And a screw up that with money that comes together with the lawyers that we were talking before. Okay, this is what happened. We were winning the case, yeah. What's happening here? Your default.
Storytelling, guys, storytelling.
Yeah.
What's it? Well, you just guys observe it. What we're doing here. We're telling a story. We're not just chatting or things like that. We're telling a story, and the story is true. His story and my story, right? Are you okay?
Yeah. Do you hear me well?
Yeah, no, yeah, you're good.
The same as before. Something happened with the mic. I don't know.
No, you're good right now. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So the screw up with the money, with the lawyers and all this is that since we were kind of winning already, the bank called me 100 times. Even I'm in the Philippines, they called me 100 times to negotiate a settlement deal. Yeah. So I'm an impatient person, which is not a quality. And I got excited, I got impatient, and they promised me to deposit so much money if I settle right now. Next week, you'll have it in 2 days. You'll have the money in your bank account. So it's like, okay, I got excited. I said yes. I signed with them. I moved papers in Spain and the Philippines just to get the money fast. See, I was impatient. What happens with that? Okay, I got my money, but then I had to pay. Because I did a deal without having my lawyers into consideration. I had to pay my lawyers all their billing of the jobs they did, because the idea was sue the bank, and when you go to a judge, whoever loses the battle pays for the expenses of the lawyers. Yeah, that's a regular thing.
Yeah.
Since I made an agreement outside the court room, well, okay, I got my money, but then I had to pay my lawyers like almost half of what I got. So it's a win and it's a screw up because I was too impatient. Yeah, it did affect my money outcome. Still happy about it, but yeah, I also learned a lesson of not being impatient and too impulsive. That's one of my character traits. I'm so impulsive and so impatient. But I hope this is somewhat a lesson and I can learn, and maybe someone who's listening, because entrepreneurs, maybe many entrepreneurs are very excited, very, we're all action, and then
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And really, patience is really, really important. If you don't have patience, guys, you're gonna screw it up. A year is not enough to be, a year is not enough. I don't know. Nobody knows, and we can never tell how long you need to be patient to get into the goals. It's like you're running on a marathon. This is a marathon. You have to go on a, step by step before you get into the goal.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
It's a long term.
It's a long term. It's like you go in college, or it's like you go in a university, that you have to learn a lot of things. You have to learn a lot of skills if you want to become a professional entrepreneur, or if you want to have a long-term business in this industry. Maybe you can get success in 11 to 12 months, things like that, but it's not going to stay long, guys. If you don't, put yourself into invest your time and money to develop and learn a lot of skills. It depends on your niches. And if you are on, like, for example, if you're on a health and wellness fitness, you have to learn the skills on how marketing about fitness, it's all about fitness, right? We have different kind of niches, so they have a different kind of a journey, or process and things that you need to learn and skill set that you need to learn, but you have to spend a lot of time and money. And yeah, because you need to learn like what we did. You know how we invest also a lot of money in this course. So I know a lot of people cannot afford. That's why we are here to share to you what's inside the course, what we've learned, so you can you can follow us and you know what's inside the course, because this is not a cheap course. You know that, we are right. This is not a cheap course. This is a high ticket course. So we are not here to sell you something. We are here to share you for those who can afford to buy a high course about courses that you need to learn and level up your skills. All right, so yeah.
Okay. What are the daily or weekly habits that add to your bottom line? What are the habits that you do daily or weekly that really make an impact, a difference in your bottom line, in your results, at the end of the month or the day? Yeah. What's for example, I'll say for me, it's the morning routine. Yeah, the miracle morning that I do. I try to do the miracle morning by Hal Elrod, and what makes a big difference is my daily exercise. For example, I really notice a big difference when I do my daily exercise. When I do my thankfulness meditation, big difference. Yeah. So what the habits, the daily habits, really will change the mindset and your positivity and all. Daily things that I could do, for example, in the cafe that would make a giant. This is not what I'm doing. This is what I realize that I can do daily. In the cafe is daily measure. Yeah. Daily measuring and tweaking what works, what doesn't work. Yeah. And as an actor, this I am doing. I'm posting every day, posting and creating content for all the social media platforms every day. Constant. If you're checking my social media,
I know.
in the Kuya Manzano brand, it's like I'm posting like abusively.
You're 24/7. You're 24/7 on social media. I know. I see you. Yeah. And that is your because we have different niches, so we have different things that we need to do every day. Like me, every day when I wake up, I do my mouth exercise because I do my audiobook narration. So I need to narrate. So I need to my mouth and things like that. We have different a training on what business you are in, so you have to do those things every day. Like for example, if you're a basketball player, every morning you have to go to the court and shooting how many times. So right, if you're a baseball player, you have to run on. So we have different kinds. So guys, what is your like what Kuya said, what is your need to do every day before you do something else? So me, I do my mouth exercise. I drink, what I need to drink, things like that. But sometimes they say don't drink coffee because sometimes it's not good for voice narration. But I do drink coffee, even though they said no, because if it's not work for me, it's not for everybody. Sometimes
whatever works for you, that's
whatever works for me, it's not for everybody. So I still doing that, but I still do my mouth. And we have because I'm taking my voice acting lessons, so I know we are learning. We are on the training. It's not just like just read a book and things like that. You have to learn a skill, as said, that you need to know and to master if you are in this kind of niche. So guys, find your what you need to learn in your niche, whatever niche you are in. Focus on that niche and and share to the people, and and take an action while you're learning. You don't need to finish to graduate first before you apply it into your business. So while you're learning, apply it to your business, take an action. Like Kuya Manzano, like me, we're telling a story where we started, and now you see the journey, the breakthrough that we are get into this business. So yeah, it's Kuya.
Yeah, Maria, if you could talk to your teenage self, to the teenage Maria, so cute. Yeah, what would you tell her?
Somebody tell me I'm cute. Thank you. What do you want me to tell? I want to say thank you.
No, what's your message? Your message for her. Your message for your teenage self.
My message for my teenage self.
You bump into her, like in a movie. You, the Maria of today, goes back in time and bumps into the Maria in a park. Yeah? Do you go to parks when you're a teenager? Or in the mall? You bump into her.
No.
You say, hey, come for a moment. Let's have an ice cream. I want to tell you one or two things for your future. What's your message for her?
This a hard question. What a message for her. Well, I don't know, but I might say good luck for your future in divorce. And
what advice? What advice?
What advice? Just follow your heart. Do what you want to do. Do what you are passionate about, because that will lead you to your future, for your life. If you're still if you're just like you told, it's a teenager. If I can only go back on my teenage life, I want to change a lot of things, because I never thought that, why do I need to start now if I can have a chance to start on that? Because there are a lot of people behind me, my parents, my blood, and don't do this, don't do like that, and things like that. And that's what blocking me on my teenage life. So now, I can do whatever I want, and that's my advice, guys. So if you are on a teenager life, so don't do bad things, but of course you have to respect your parents, but try to follow your heart, follow your passion, do what you're passionate about, do what you're enjoying, whatever it is. So yeah, and that brings you to because 1960, 1970, 1980, that generation is not work anymore for 2018 to 2020, right? So you have to follow on the floor and ride on the flow on a generation, right? That's all my advice for you guys right now. It's 2020. Maybe 2020 is not anymore like 2019. A lot of things changes, a lot of things going on, and it just changes in one click, and you never know. Oh, see. So just be aware of what's going on inside in our surrounds you and in this industry. That's my advice.
Yeah.
What about you?
What would I tell to my teenage self? Okay. Number one, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Yeah. Stop the excuses. You're full of excuses. Yeah. That are pulling you back. You're scared. You're scared of failing. Yeah. So just jump into the pool and get wet, and you'll start learning how to swim once you're inside. Yeah. Don't let anything hold you back.
Exactly.
And I'll tell him this is a health thing. Stop alcohol as soon as possible. Stop drinking, and stop doing other substances as soon as possible, because it does affect. It affects the mood. It affects the productivity a lot. It affects your economy a lot. And your decision making. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I'll tell him, there is not such thing as easy money. There is no fast get rich fast scheme. There's not such thing. It's that doesn't exist. And that's what made me fall into multi-level marketing, into scams in the past, into bad investments. Impulsivity is bad for business. So think about it, go slow, and there's no fast. There's no magic pill that you're gonna. If someone tells you you invest here and you're gonna get rich in 1 year, that's a scammer. Period. Full stop. That's it. That's a scammer. Run away.
Yeah. Yes. And there's only two ways: easy way or the hard way. You want to go on the easy way? All right. You can make money in 12 months or 11 months and do scamming and spamming everywhere and things like that. But if you want to do on a hard way, of course, that's really, you can have you can retire for your full-time job. So you can have a home-based business, things like that. And you can be a professional, and you can teach also, and you can, you can show to the people what you're doing, and you can teach to them what you're doing because you've learned from it and you did it on a hard way, not on an easy way. Yeah.
Yep. What's it?
Yes. Go on, Kuya.
What is it in your industry that makes you successful and others are not doing. Yeah. What's that uniqueness that makes you successful in your industry that others are not offering or they're not doing? My uniqueness would be I'm passionate as hell and I promote like crazy any play they hire me in. Yeah. That's like my extra. Whenever someone hires me, aside from I'm putting all my heart, I put more passion than other people. I can see that. I can really see the big difference. And I promote for free. I promote because I come with a package of 100,000 followers. So I have an extra value that I'm giving any producer in the world, in the Philippines especially, whenever they hire me. They get free advertising to all my social media. And I keep on making more noise because I'm very passionate about it. So that's extra value that I'm giving that other people cannot give. Yeah. So that's my plus, my bonus. Yeah. It comes with the package for the same price.
Yeah, mine is, yes, you're right. Sometimes we do some free service or things like that. I did that too. I do a lot of free service that I offering to them, and I'll go out for myself. When I market myself, I sell myself. They send me. I do my own demo. I do my DIY demo for my audition, and then that's why I have this mic and I have this because I need to make a demo for my voice narrator. So I make a lot of DIY demo and I send it to a lot of companies. That's why I'm so busy. That's why you don't see me for a while on social media, because like what I've told you, I cut some of my time on doing social media and texting and things like that, and putting those time into my business to market myself and sell myself to other companies and to other people that needs my service. So I do my DIY demo, I put in there, I market myself, I send my audition, I send my demo, and if they like me now, they can get a project, right? So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, marketing yourself, sell yourself, do some freebies, things like that. Let the people taste what you are offering to them, and if they like the taste, they can come connect with you, like what I'm doing. I send them my voice, and if they like my voice, and then they know I get my project and send me a script and things like that. Or books, things like that I need to narrate. So yeah, and
Great.
I'm happy with that, and that's my biggest haha moments for this year. I'm getting also, but it's not because I'm not doing this full time, because I have my full-time job, but I also be consistent after my job from 9 to 6. I'm always having time doing this. My hustle right now, I can
side hustle
for now, because it's not really my full-time for now, but that's
how it's built. That's how it's done. Definitely.
Yeah. That's how it goes. That's
having a secure income and then doing your side hustle until the side hustle becomes
stable.
a strong income. Yeah.
It becomes stable, and then it's time for me to retire and just do my home business. And I can accept a lot of clients and book or narration, but now right now I can only get 1 or 2 books because I can't because books is like this, you've been writing, editing, and just like that. It takes a lot of time, guys. Yeah.
Definitely. Despacito, pasito, pasito, suave, suavecito. Yeah, that's what it means. Step by step, little by little, slowly.
And 2020, guys, what are your plan on 2020? It's 1 more month or 2 months, and 2019 is gone. So yeah, I'm so excited. Kuya, what are your plans on 2020? My new podcast channel is gonna be released on 2020, and that's what I'm also working on it. So.
It's constant work. Actually, for me, particularly, it's not a new year. Yeah, It's not New Year. Because I'm a Raelian, so our New Year is in August 6th.
Okay.
There's no difference now, and it's the New Year for the Christian world and for the people following the Gregorian calendar, but it's not a New Year for the Thai people or for the Arab people. Yeah, so it's like I would say stop procrastinating and waiting, because there's a lot of people who think when we start 2020, I'm gonna, like, dude,
Yes.
you didn't do it in 2019 and you promised you were gonna do it. So just don't wait. You're gonna wait 2 months to start? Come on. I'm gonna diet when it starts 2020. What? Start dieting today, my gosh. Okay.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
the last part of the lesson is to make a list of what you want to talk about. Yeah, because we're building the content of our mastermind. We're building the content of our course that we're gonna do online. Our offering for the people that we're gonna search later to teach. Yeah, so it's based on what you are passionate about. What is it? What topics? What bullet points? They call it, Dean is calling it the riffs, the guitar riffs. Yeah, what riffs do you want to keep on playing, and will you be passionate, like teaching, for example? No, what are the bullet points? So in my case, I love talking, and I love making a mastermind around, or a course around happiness techniques, for example. I love that. Passive income, financial freedom, auditioning, how to audition as an actor, because there's a lot of techniques around that. How to act in front of the camera, which is different of how to act for theater. Yeah, I can teach either or. It will be very interesting for people. Spanish teaching, why not? I'm not the craziest about Spanish teaching, to be sincere. That's why I charge so much, because I'm not really crazy about it. But hey, I do see a big need out there, and they could use my passion, and I have the ability to do videos and all this. So I could put, with not so much effort, a course together and start selling it online soon enough. Yeah, why not? As an extra passive income, and to prove the point that you can teach whatever you want and make money out of it. Yeah, Broadway singing or theater passion. Yeah, I can teach that definitely. How to have sing as an actor, not as a normal person that's in tune, but you need to put the actor side inside. You know, you need to have the heart and the meaning of each word. It makes a big difference. I can train people for that. How to be obsessed, because as you know, I'm an obsessed person. Yeah, I get obsessed with something. I jump into it. So I can wake up people and make them, obsessed, and coach mindset coaching for that. I can do that. About habit building, because I'm building habits for myself, and I know it's very hard, but guess what? Changing your habits changes your life and your outcome forever. I discovered this is the most powerful technique, changing habits. So that's a topic I would love to talk about also. And the last one is about measuring results. Yeah, measuring what works, being obsessed with it, measuring and replicating what works, and throwing away what doesn't work. I would love to teach about that, at the same time learn more about that, because I have to teach it, and it will force me to learn more. So there, I would love. What would you, Maria, love to talk and teach about?
Yeah, that's a lot for you, Kuya. And that's
I
a lot.
know.
Yeah,
So
and that's a lot
so
of
much.
time you need to invest for that. For me, for now, I just want to continue my journey in this business, my breakthrough, and I want to document it. So, documented my content by doing live and by doing videos, and sometimes posting. You don't see me posting a lot, but every time that I go live, and every time I go, doing my DIY demo, for those who you guys are doing the same thing that what I'm doing, I can you can reach out to me, and I can teach you on what you need to do if you're on a voice acting, niche or things like that. But I want to document my journey, and this is I'm focusing more on this, so you can see how long I'm doing this to make these things happen, the consistency, the perspective, and not being so procrastinate. Once what I think is, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm just not saying it. I'm gonna do it and show it to you, and see to see what that I'm really doing it. It's not just I'm saying it. So yeah, I'm focusing on my journey, document it, and content that is, and then I'm sharing you what I've learned, and our experiences and what is the do's and don'ts, and what are the things that you need to cut off in your journey. Like I've already told you early this broadcast about what I'm cutting off, and sometimes I'm cutting off people that are not really don't have time for me, and not accountable if you're not accountable, and I cannot reach out to you. And I think I just use that time to other things that I need to do. So I cut people that don't have time to communicate with me for something, things like that.
Yeah, definitely. If you're rating who you hang out with, it's a big life changer. Hang out with the proper people. You're the result of the 5 people you hang out with. Yeah, you're the average of those 5 people. Oh well. So that's a wrap. Yeah, I don't know. I had an intention of making this podcast episode this time a short one, but it's never happening.
Because storytelling, it's a long story. It never ends. It's a never-ending story, guys. Even though you get a result or you've been a success in your business, story still going on, right? Because you need to document it. So yeah, it's a never-ending story, and it's a long journey.
Well, definitely always a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Maria.
You're welcome.
And guys, communicate, comment, share this if you think it's useful for someone. We are just starting new social media in Facebook, in Instagram, and YouTube so far, called Success Yes or Yes. And we'll keep on posting videos related with success in money, in business, in life, in anything in between. We just want you to win, and to improve your life. And the best way is if you comment and if you give us your takeaways, you learn it 2 times, And also, if you communicate what would you like us to talk about in future podcasts, that would also definitely help us, guide us, right? Towards trying to research certain topic. Maria and I can research certain topic and talk about it to try to help you a little more. Yeah.
Yes, and one thing, the guys, that if you want to join with us, you can join with us. If you don't want to see your face in front of the camera, we can just do some recording interview by podcast, so they can only hear your voice, and you can tell your story, and you can tell everything you want. You can join with us, so just let us know. You don't need to go in front of the camera or in a public like this, or no live, or if you don't want people see your face, just let your voice speak out to the world, and spread out your message and tell your story, things like that, so people can know and relate to you, and maybe they can learn something from you too, right? So share.
Absolutely, sharing is caring. Okay, guys, see you in next episode, whenever that is.
Yes,
hopefully
we don't
weekly.
plan.
But maybe now we're speeding up. Yeah.
Yes. We're so
faster than a
accountable,
week sometimes.
You're a nice partner. When you say, hey, are you okay today? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's just have fun.
That's
we do this
what
for
I
fun,
want.
out of
Be
love,
a partner. Yeah.
Okay, so see ya.
All right, see you. Thank you, Kuya. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.
This is Success, Yes or Yes. All about succeeding in life, career, and anything in between.